All right, I think we're live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Iron Gypsy Facebook Live event tonight. Actually, we're live on both Facebook and Instagram. And let's see, I'm just going to check here, make sure we've got some people tuning in. We'll wait for just a couple seconds. And yes, we've got some hearts going on. Hello to you as well. Hey, Chelsea. We've got Instagram. Hey, Heidi, Justin, and Megan. Hello, everyone. Hey, as you join, tell me where you're from because we're going to have people from all over the place joining tonight. So I'd love to hear where you guys are joining from. We've got a snowstorm going on here in North Dakota. So pretty cool that we are going to have a good night for this. People will be at home. And man, I see some Houston. I see some California. Man, this is going to be awesome. Las Vegas. So wonderful. Cool. Well, tonight is going to be a super real edition of Iron Gypsy going live. And I guess that's how I try to do things around here. Really how this triggered was, I know, especially this time of year, I think all of you notice this as well, as we're all in the New Year's resolution time of year, and everywhere I looked, it was like a detox ad, or it was a gym ad, or it was, everyone kind of promoting the new year, new you. And I started to feel this need for us to talk about kind of what goes on behind the scenes of all this. Like less about what we need to do specifically with our bodies. We don't need to hear anymore about what's best. Is it keto? Is it vegan? Should I be doing CrossFit? Should I be strength training? Should I be doing yoga? So if you're expecting tonight to hear us talk more about what is the best strategy from a health and fitness standpoint, that's not what I want to share with you this evening. I think what we really need to talk about is what's going on behind the scenes. What are the mindsets? What are the traps that we can get ourselves in that cause us to fail time and time again, cause us to get so frustrated because year after year we're starting over. We're making that New Year's resolution. Or year after year, mid-year, whatever day of the week it is, you look through your Facebook feed or you go through your Instagram and you're comparing yourself to everything that you see. This is kind of my story. This is how I live my life. It was constantly this feeling of not enough and seeing these images of perfect bodies, of perfect, beautiful women on the cover of magazines, of, people with these perfect lives that didn't always look like what my life looked like, what my body looked like, or what I believe many of us think that we should be holding ourselves to, or thinking that we need to be all of these things. So that's really what I want to talk about tonight is how do we get beneath the surface of this mindset of thinking that we need to be something that we're not? And also that same mindset is what causes us to try and fail and fall for one quick fix after another, and the comparisons and the feeling not enough. So that is what we're here tonight to talk about. I don't want to cause any debates or any more divides about what's better, what fitness strategy, if you're vegan, if you're keto, whatever you are, I don't care. These are things that everybody faces. So as you know, if you've followed me, body image is something that has been a challenge for me my entire life. And I know no matter who you are, we're all in these human bodies. We're all learning how to treat them well, how to honor them, how to work with the body that we were given and make it the best that it is. And so first, I want to talk a little bit about some of the limiting beliefs that I had that had me stuck, cycling year after year, making judgments against myself, had me going to extremes for things that I would do to my body because of these limiting beliefs and these mindsets. So some of the work that I've been doing is really going deep into what is causing this, what is at the root of this vicious cycle that we get ourselves in with all this comparison, all these quick fixes, all the filters and the perfection and everything that we think that we should be. What's at the root of all this? So that's where I want to start tonight. And then at the end, if you don't relate to these things, not all of these are going to resonate with you. But my encouragement to you is to look deeper. So if you're one of those people who every year you find yourself getting stuck, making the same New Year's resolution, or you find yourself getting stuck, you go out in public, or you go through your social media feed and you're comparing yourself to everything that you see out there. Look at your own limiting beliefs. Look at your own stories. And I'm going to give you a few things, 5 things specifically at the very end of this that you can start to incorporate into your life to start to dig deeper to break this cycle, to get us out of this quick fix, detox mindset that we often get ourselves into. So a few of the beliefs that I had, and these are things I think as humans, we are all inclined to think about ourselves at one point and another. These are things that are true of humans. I know we have some men on the event with us tonight. This is not just specific to women, I don't think. I think we all have these insecurities. We all have these limiting beliefs. So one of mine was, I believe that I was missing something. I believe that when it came to health and fitness or knowing my body, everybody else knew more than I did. Somehow I didn't get the memo about what I was supposed to be eating or what I should be doing or what kind of workout. So you see these commercials, you see these ads, you see these trends and these detoxes and all of these things, and you think, well, these people must know. These people must know what to do. They're the experts. What I've learned is that we are all the best experts on our own bodies. So just because something works for some expert out there, just because some specific strategy works for your neighbor, your friend, or your mother, or your brother, or sister, or whatever, it's all of our own responsibility to become our expert on our own specific body. So cool, if you want to try some different things, I think that's great. But don't get into this trap and this mindset of just because some expert or somebody out there says that this is the new thing, this is what everybody's doing, this is the way, this is the magic bullet. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's the best strategy for you. So make it your mission, your goal, to get to know your body. What are the foods that work well for you? What are the strategies that work well for you and your lifestyle? What do you enjoy doing? You don't have to punish yourself. It doesn't have to be a chore to exercise or go to the gym or to eat healthy. You can find ways that work for you. So figure out, what is it that you're believing, or what is it that you're telling yourself that you're making yourself believe that you don't know. You know. If you start to tune into your body, you know you are the best expert on your body, and if you're not, you can become that. So really, really start to tune in. Secondly, I thought I was flawed. Honestly, y'all, from the time I was little, I always thought what's wrong with me? Why can't I have this body that I see in the magazines? Why do I have a little extra roundness here? Why do I have a little extra jiggle here? Or why am I not the fastest girl on the playground? Maybe some of you, give me some likes if you've ever had those questions for yourselves. I mean, we've all had those thoughts where we're like, there's something wrong with me, right? I am flawed. And so this kind of a thinking, I think this is what gets us into the trap of I've got to go to extremes because my body doesn't respond well to the same things that everybody else, like just eating right and exercising. Oh no, that won't work for me. I've got to starve myself, or I've got to work out twice a day, or I've got to do all these crazy things because I'm flawed. There's something wrong with me. There's nothing wrong with us. I think what happens, we give up too soon, or we don't want to take the time to really figure out what is going to be best for me. We don't want to trust the process. We don't want to have the patience that it takes to make it a journey. We all want to see those immediate results, right? We all want to just have it magically happen, take the magic potion, the magic detox, find just the right kind of workout that's going to be the thing that we've been missing our entire lives, or just the right gimmick or contraption or whatever it might be. It's not about any of those things. This flawed thinking is causing us to resort to extremes. There's nothing wrong with us. If we treat our bodies well, if we learn to eat the right things, we learn to just exercise, just get out there and move, and have the patience to make it a journey instead of a quick fix, we will see results. We're not flawed. We're not flawed. I know there are different, health issues that people have, and we all have different limitations. But if we can look at this as this is a journey, and we're learning how to treat our bodies well. We're learning what works best for us, and we don't think it's got to be right now. It's got to be a quick fix. And we also, here's another thing, like this idea of the perfect body, especially ladies. I'm going to talk to you for a second. Like, what we see out there, the models on the covers, if you compare that to a work of art, women don't necessarily look like that. We're meant to have curves. And I'm speaking passionately about this because I struggle with this just like everybody else does. I want to have a nice looking body. I want to be lean. I want to have muscles. I want to help people do all those things. But we've also got to learn to accept and to love what we've been given and work with that. We're not flawed. We are not flawed. Okay, number 3. So, oh man, perfection. I'm one of those perfectionists. Give me some likes if you're a perfectionist too, because I know some of you have this same struggle. We think that we're supposed to be perfect, and then when we're not perfect, when we're just human, we think we're being punished for it, right? So like, I would do this thing where I would think, okay, I'm not supposed to be hungry. Like, I'm not supposed to crave carbs or sweets. Like, I'm not supposed to have craving. I'm not supposed to want to eat. That's crazy talk. Like, I must be flawed. And then if I choose to eat something sweet, if I choose that I'm going to eat some of these foods that I might be craving, I think there's something wrong with me and I'm going to be punished for that. Or if I'm ever tired, God forbid we get tired. God forbid there's a day where we don't feel like we can go to the gym because we're just too exhausted. We're not made to be perfect. We're made to be human. Same thing for emotions. Like, there have been times, talk about being real in social media. Like, this has been a real struggle for me, and I'm sure for many of you as well. Most of the time we see the perfect images. We see the perfect families, the perfect selfies, the perfect filters, the perfect poses. It's hard, y'all. I get it. It's really hard to just be us and allow our emotions to be real and to allow other people to see the real us. It's scary because we think nobody wants to see that. Nobody wants to see me without the perfect filter. Nobody wants to see me without the smile on my face or hear what I'm really thinking today. Now, I am not saying for a second that we all need to go on social media and, just be negative all day long, but it's okay to be real. It's okay to have a bad day. Here's what I've learned about both the body and emotions. The things that we experience in our body that maybe are uncomfortable or health issues, things that aren't going the way that we want them to, they're bringing us a message. Pain, exhaustion, all these things. Our body is designed to tell us when we're not treating it the right way. Also with emotions are messengers as well. If you're having a bad day, it's telling you something. If you're sad, it's telling you something. So let's stop judging ourselves for feeling. Let's stop judging ourselves for, maybe being tired and not feeling our best one day, and start to explore and start to look at ourselves with curiosity and stop judging and just really start to look at, okay, what is this telling me? What is this pain that I'm having in my body, this exhaustion that I'm having, this, issue that I'm having with digestion or whatever it might be, or these feelings I'm having today? Like, what is that telling me? What is the message behind this? And how can I make my life better by listening to that? How can I treat my body better by listening to what my body is telling me instead of judging it and thinking that I'm flawed because, not everything is just the way that I want it to be that day. So think of it as a journey, and this journey is all about learning more and more about our bodies and ourselves, because that's one thing we all have in common. We all have these bodies. We're all here having this experience. So let's stop judging ourselves. Let's stop judging other people. And let's be really real with where we're at and why we're here. And I think that's to learn. And the more that we can embrace the strategy of growing and learning and stopping the judgment of ourselves and starting to find this common bond that we have as humans and that we're not perfect, the more we can really start to accept ourselves, accept one another, and the more that, social media becomes this less scary, villainized place. I mean, I didn't want tonight to be at all about this, social media is bad and don't pay attention to anything that you see. It's all terrible. Don't listen to any of it. It's not about that. I don't think it's about that at all. It's not about social media. This is about the things that we tell ourselves and the struggles that are going on within. So it's not to say that, what a certain person or a certain way of doing, portraying yourself on social media or a certain health or fitness strategy that you're using, none of that is bad. This is more about acceptance and accepting you for you and learning more about who you are and working with what you've been given. So I promised you 5 strategies. So 5 things that you can incorporate into your life to be more real, to help you get real results and to look at yourself in a way that is accepting of you, of not, looking at yourself in judgment, not thinking you've got to be perfect all the time, not setting ourselves up for failure by believing that we've got to punish ourselves or we've got to go to extremes to get the body we want, because it's not the truth. And here's the other thing about, body image. Even if we did have the perfect body, even if we had everything that we thought we wanted on the outside, if we don't work on what's in here, what's going on inside and what's going on in our mindset, we will find something else to worry about. We will find something else wrong with us. So that's why this internal work that I'm going to be kind of steering you toward this evening is just as important as building the best body. It's just as important as having your health from a physical standpoint. Work on the mindset, work on the inside game just as much as the outside game. So 5 things. Number 1, question the stories about why you can't. So this one, I think it's probably easiest to relate to when we think of it in terms of health and fitness and, all of the quick fixes that we might be inclined to fall into. Or maybe you're one of those people like, I make these excuses for even starting at all sometimes. Like, it's not even worth it. So we come up with all of these reasons for why we can't. So watch yourself. When you start to say, well, I'm not that. I can't because I don't have enough time. I don't have enough money. I can't. That's not me. Check yourself on that. Check yourself on those stories. Or if you see somebody else and you look at them with jealousy, you see them on social media and you think, well, they have it easy because they were born with a good body. They have it easy because they were born with money, or whatever the story is. Start to check yourself on those things, because those stories that we tell ourselves, they're not doing us any good in any aspect of our lives, whether it's health, fitness, body, any relationships, career. These stories are holding us back from everything that we want in all areas of our life. These stories are all based in fear. So let's check ourselves. Let's check our bullshit that we tell ourselves. And let's get to what's at the heart of those stories and start to create more empowering stories, more empowering beliefs that will get us on the right track to making it a lifestyle. If it's health and fitness, making it a lifestyle for you. If it's, just learning to love yourself. These stories are what's holding us back from that too. So look at that. Check yourself. Number 2, question what you're really looking for and why you want it. So I think the hardest part here for me has been, you look at other people when you compare and you think they've got it all, right? Like they've got it going on. I see them in social media and they look perfect. They've got the perfect body, or we go to, like I said earlier, like these body image issues that I've struggled with, or the extremes that I've gone through to try to have the perfect body. When I really stopped and asked myself, okay, what am I really looking for? What is it that, through, posting, pictures on social media or having to look perfect, or, even competing, I've done fitness competitions. It's like, well, why did I do that? What was I looking for? Was I trying to earn approval from others? Was I trying to earn approval and love for myself? Yeah. And that's an honest answer. Like, it wasn't about building the best body to feel healthy. It wasn't, always the best intentions for, just what I wanted to put out there and how I wanted to change the world through what I was sharing in social media. I'll be honest. There have been many times where it's been about an insecurity, trying to love myself, trying to earn love, trying to earn likes so that I would feel good about myself. So we've got it, and this is a hard one, and this is even hard for me to talk about, y'all. Like, it's hard to say this stuff. It's hard to say that some of the things that we do are because we're so insecure and we haven't learned to love ourselves yet. But I think, give me hearts, give me thumbs, give me something if you can relate to that, if you've ever done something because you needed that approval. You needed that validation from the outside because you didn't have it within, right? It happens. It's a human thing. So let's check ourselves on this, especially when it comes to our bodies, y'all, especially because if we get carried away in this, I need to get the approval, I need to build the perfect body, I need to achieve my way to love, and I need to achieve and earn my way to self-worth. That's when we cause a lot of harm. We run ourselves into the ground, or we get there and we're still not happy. It's in this constant battle for fulfillment and for feeling enough. And until we really start to question ourselves, like, what am I really looking for? What do I really want? And if it's self-love, there are much better ways, much more productive ways than trying to get that by having the perfect body or making it look like you have the perfect life on social media. So let's be real with ourselves. Let's be real. This is an important one. Number 3, so here's where we really start to get practical. This one, y'all, I'm so passionate about this one, and this has made all the difference in my life. And this is where asking ourselves these questions, where rubber really hits the road, where we really get real with ourselves. Take time to be still and be quiet. Meditate, journal, go for nature walks, do something that allows you to connect with you. Because we've talked about this all night long, we're constantly flooded by these images of what we're supposed to believe, what we're supposed to look like, what we're supposed to like to do, what we're supposed to want in life. We're bombarded all day long, every day. And it's this, go, 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 faster, faster, faster. More is better. Thinner is better. Lifting heavier is better. Going more, going faster, doing more, making more money. All these things are what we see, so it's what we start to believe. But is that really what you believe? You'll never know unless you take the time to turn inward, to be quiet, to be still. Find a way to start journaling, or at least just separating yourself from all of the crazy monotony of social media and just the world we live in. It's constant. So if you've never tried meditation, I highly, highly, highly encourage you to give it a try. I know it sounds scary, but I will be, preaching this one until I'm blue in the face because it's changed my life. And actually, I think someone very special who got me started is with us tonight. So she knows who she is. I'll just say thank you. But it will open you up. I was the girl who couldn't sit still for more than 2 seconds. I had to be going all the time. I had a really hard time focusing. I've told this story before, I'll tell it again. I started because I wanted to train better in the gym. My intentions were not enlightenment. They were not to learn more about myself. I wanted to lift better. I wanted to lift better. I wanted to look better. I was set on building that perfect body. And so I started meditating. But it's amazing how it brought me to something that I'm so passionate about, and something that has brought me to learn more about me and to learn to love me and be one with me. And like I said, it's scary. It's scary to slow down. It's scary to be quiet. We don't know what's going to come up. We think that we've got to do it. Here's another thing, y'all. I talk about perfection and trying to be a perfectionist and comparing ourselves to what we think it should be, what perfect should look like. There's no right or wrong way to do meditation. Just start. Be still. Close your eyes. Breathe. Breathe. Thoughts come in, it's okay. Maybe there are things you need to think about and you just haven't sat still long enough to let them come up. If that's how you start, that's okay. If you want to take it more seriously, we do a lot of meditation training and a lot of great, really soul-searching type meditation in the Iron Gypsy program. There's lots of great apps out there. There are all kinds of different ways that you can learn more about the different types of meditation. I always like to tell people that ask me, how should I start? It depends on what your goal is. Depends on what you're trying to achieve. For me, I started just going for long walks outside. Sometimes I'd be listening to music. Sometimes I'd listen to nothing. That's a great way to get started. It's really cold here in North Dakota right now, so if you live here, sit on your couch and just close your eyes for a few seconds and just breathe. Just stillness, silence, cut out the clutter just for a few minutes. That's all it has to be, and I encourage you to start there. Number 4. So for a long time, I really thought life was about achievement. I thought it was about perfection. I thought there was this, it was a game, right? And there was this place that we all have to get to, and this end goal, this end zone that's okay, it's a race to get there, and I'm going to get there faster, and I'm going to get there better, and that's my goal in life. What I'm realizing is, at least now what I think, I'm not going to claim that I know the purpose of life. But what feels a lot more freeing to me and a lot more true to me is that I think I'm here to grow. I think I'm here to learn. And sometimes that means making some mistakes. It means putting perfection aside and just doing things for the sake of learning, being willing to make mistakes, and not thinking it's all about this achievement, because, we've all of us have achieved a lot of things in life. Is that really, at the end of the day, is that really what we think it's all about? Is it really about how much money we make, or having the perfect body, or having the most followers on Instagram or Facebook? Is that really what it's about? I don't know. I've spent a lot of time thinking this year. I've traveled the world. I've spent a lot of quiet time. I don't know the purpose of life, but I don't think it's about those things anymore. I really don't. So I encourage you to just broaden your view of what life might really be about. And I encourage you to really put growth very high up there. And when I say growth, it's more than just learning random things. I think continuing to learn throughout our lives and travel a lot of different places is really important. But you're here and you're in this body at this specific time in life. You're you for a reason. Don't you think it'd be interesting to learn more about that? Learn more about who you are, why you're here. Learn more about your strengths. Learn to leverage and show the best of you to the world. Learn what that looks like and how you can create and align with that. The highest you, the best you. What does that mean? None of us know. And if we view life as growth, if we view that as the goal of our lives, then maybe we can start to figure it out. Maybe there is no winning or losing as long as we're learning. And man, is it freeing to take off the pressure of trying to be perfect all the time. If we can just be real and focus on growth, gosh, stress instantly is just gone like that. So you want a way to deal with stress. You want a way to reduce stress and anxiety. Make your life about growth instead of about perfection. Instantly you will feel better. Instantly you will love your life more. You will have more joy. You will have more peace. You will have more love to give others. You will love yourself a lot more. Let's make it easy on ourselves, guys. Why are we making this so hard? We don't know why we're here. So why don't we just pick something that feels right, that feels good, that allows us to have a little bit more fun in life? So let's make it about growth. All right, and on that one, I do want to say, so I did put out a YouTube series. So if you're resonating, this talking about growth is resonating with you, check out the YouTube series that I have on my YouTube channel on New Year's resolutions. I have in there 3 questions you can ask yourself to really set yourself up for a growth-oriented year, for making it your best year and a year that is authentic to you and not about all of these things that we believe our life is supposed to be about, or these comparisons that we do with this ideal life, this ideal body, this ideal whatever, this idea of perfection. So check that out if any of this is resonating with you. I just wanted to make sure that I mentioned that tonight. Okay, number 5. This one has made all the difference for me in terms of my health and my overall well-being. Make it about what you want to feel. Make it less about what you want to look like. Make it less about what the scale says. Make it less about, what pose is going to look best on Facebook or Instagram or whatever. How do you want to feel? How do you want to feel, and what aligns with that? What is going to get you there? What's going to get you that feeling? So let's just take it in terms of health and fitness. So yeah, you can do all kinds of crazy things. You can restrict yourself. You can starve yourself. You can detox yourself to death. But if it doesn't make you feel any better, is it worth it? If it doesn't actually make you feel healthier, give you more energy. So this is the big one for me. Like, I want to feel like I have energy. I want to feel like when I'm moving through life, that I am radiant, that I have what I need to move through life and do it with, reckless abandon, with life, with joy, with energy. And when we treat our bodies well, that's what we get in return. But when we restrict, when we overtrain, when we don't do enough activity, when we think that we're not enough, we think that we've got to go to extremes to get the body, the life that we want, we totally defeat the purpose. We don't feel good at all, do we? We feel horrible. So make it about what you want to feel. And if you align your goals with that, you align the strategies that you choose with that, based on what feels good. Now, I'm not talking about binging on, Twinkies all day or anything like that. And does that really feel good? I would beg to question that. Does that really feel good? So be honest with yourself. What are you really looking for? What do you really want to feel? And what strategies, whether it's with your body or with your mindset, what you tell yourself, your thoughts, what you surround yourself in media and social media, what's going to allow you to feel what it is that you want to feel this year? That's the key question. So ask yourself that. All right, guys, those are the 5. I hope that some of this resonated with you tonight. This was my best attempt at being real with you, and my best attempt at just seeing something that I really felt needed to be talked about this time of year. And as I was preparing tonight, I was thinking to myself, what do I want to leave everybody with? And I really think it's this. You are enough. You are beautiful as you are. If you decide you want to change your body, you decide you want to make some changes in your life, I think that is wonderful. Make it about growth. Make it about your health. Don't think you have to punish yourself. Don't think that you're not enough. Don't think that because we're surrounded by ads and media telling us that we're not enough, or that we should want to look like this or be like this or have this kind of life. Don't think that that means that you need to approach your life that way. Make your own rules. Align with your body. Decide what feels good for you. Decide how you want to feel and what makes you feel that way. You're an expert. And if you feel like you're out of tune and out of sync with who you are and what you want, and I'm asking, because I get this a lot, I throw these questions at people and they're like, well, I don't know what I want to feel. I don't know, the stories that I'm telling yourself. Commit to working on it. Commit to finding some of those answers. At least start to ask the questions and take the time to focus on you. And ladies, I will say, if you do want to take a journey like this, you're ready. You're ready to start turning inward and asking yourself some of these questions, and you want a great group of women to do it with. We've got an amazing group. Many of them are on the call tonight, called the Iron Gypsy Tribe, and I've got an introductory 6-week journey coming up, starting at the end of January, and I'm going to be opening up the Facebook group this week on Sunday. So I invite you, if you're sitting here thinking, man, I really struggle with this body image stuff, or I really struggle with, comparing myself and judging myself and loving myself, or I struggle with, I don't even know what to do. I don't know how to honor my body. I don't know how to understand my body and what's going on, mind, body, or spirit. That's what this is all about, is learning more about us and learning to love ourselves, mind, body, soul.
learning more about you and putting you on a journey, on a path that will set you up for success long term. Not a quick fix, not a I need to filter the crap out of myself because I don't love myself. It's not that. This is about learning to love you and learning to know you and learning to trust you. So if you are interested in that, hit me up. I know y'all are listening in, so you know where to find me. You can go to my website. It's KesleyTweed.com. I also encourage you to check out my YouTube. It's Iron Gypsy on YouTube. And you can also email me, KesleyTweed@gmail.com, if you have any questions. I would love to chat with any of you. But mostly, I wanted to do this because this is something that's not talked about enough. It really isn't. We talk a lot about this strategy or that strategy, or, social media, all of that. But here's the thing. We're all human. We all struggle with this stuff. We all have things that we tell ourselves. We all feel like we're not enough. And we're human. We're not perfect. We're not meant to be. We're here to learn. We're here to grow. Let's accept that. Let's love that. Let's make it fun. Let's enjoy the journey. Progress, not perfection. Does anyone have any questions? I would love to take questions, and thanks for all the hearts and the thumbs. Y'all have been so supportive tonight, and I really appreciate that, because sometimes I'm like, man, am I the only one that thinks these things? And maybe sometimes yes, but I think we can all find a little common ground, and there's a lot of separation in our world these days, so I think anything that brings us closer together is positive. So any questions at all? Awesome. You guys are great. If you do have questions or anything else you'd like to share, you can feel free to post it in the Facebook event. And I love you all. I wish you the best of luck in 2018, whatever your resolution, whatever your goal is, whatever strategy you are using for your health and fitness. And if I can help you in any way, please let me know. I do work with men as well. So if any of you are interested in some one-on-one coaching to help you learn more about strength training, learn more about nutrition, meditation, stress relief, all of those things. I've worked with some wonderful gentlemen in the past and had some great success. And ladies, we're a sisterhood, we're a tribe. And we're always welcoming more members into the tribe. And it's all about supporting one another and growing together, being healthy, happy, and growing mind, body, and soul. So with that, I will say thank you. Thank you for your positive comments. Thank you for listening. If you're here in North Dakota, I hope you can stay warm this evening. I wish you the best year ever. I hope 2018 is amazing for all of you. And please, please, please let me know if there's any way that I can help you. Be love. Keep your cup full. Enjoy your journey this year. Bye, everyone. See you next time.